Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's time for another episode of Darfeezy's Game Corner. Tonight, we're breaking down Assassin's Creed Origins, the 9th installment of the Assassin's Creed games, where we're going to ancient Egypt toward the end of the Egyptian era and the origins of the Assassin Brotherhood. Your host, Darfeezy! Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Darfeezy's Game Corner. I hope people are enjoying this new podcast. Even if people aren't listening, that's fine, because this is mostly for me, because I enjoy doing it. Because, you know, I'm bored, I guess. So guys, this is my Game Corner talk of Assassin's Creed Origins. Last week I did a review of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. You know, I was playing a lot of Syndicate during that. I was playing Origins at that time. So I was like I said, whenever I beat a game, I'm going to go deep into it and I'll do a Game Corner. Also, guys, make sure you check out my full review of Assassin's Creed Origins. That review will most likely be out on Wednesday, hopefully. So hopefully you can check that out on my Darfeezy YouTube channel. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Origins. So, you know, I've been out of the Assassin's Creed loop for a few years before walking into this. And when I first heard about Assassin's Creed Origins, going back, so, you know, we kept going forward in history with the Assassin's Creed franchise. The first Assassin's Creed, we went to the Templar. We went to the Crusades. Then we jumped to the Renaissance. So we went from 1400s, and we had 3 games following with Ezio Auditore's story in the Italian Renaissance between the 1400s to the early 1500s. Then we jumped to the American Revolution, and you know that takes us all the way to the 1776. Then we went back about 40 years to the Age of Piracy, and then we went to the French Revolution, and then the last game in the series, before I started playing this game, we went all the way back to Victorian London, the age of industrialization. So this is kind of, you know, the new wave of the new modern day story, kind of trying to tell a new story in the Assassin's Creed. So I was interested in the Egyptian era. Now, people may know this about me, and I talk about it all the time, is I went to college for history. So I studied a lot of history in college. From most of my studies goes into more of like Roman history, Japanese history, and I did study a little bit in the Egyptian era. So one thing I love about playing a game like this is that I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So it always intrigues the history part of the reviewer I am, because that's one of the things I love. If you watch my YouTube channel, you know I love movies set around real world events. And what's a bigger world event than the civil war between Cleopatra and her brother, I think, and then like the love affair between her and Julius Caesar. But then the story has such a deeper story to it too. So this story, it really devolves into the origins of the Assassin's Brotherhood. And you know that's what's called Assassin's Creed Origins. We're going all the way back to Egypt. And Egypt, you know, considered one of the first civilizations in history. And it was very interesting. But we followed this new type of character called Bayek. And this guy, it's a very different character than we've ever had of our protagonist of Assassin's Creed. If we look at our characters, he reminds me a lot of like Altair and maybe a little mix of a Connor, where he's very mix of a Connor because he wants vengeance, he wants justice for his family. But he's not like Connor at all, where he gets in those rage. Everything that happens to Bayek, you feel bad for him. His son was killed by this Order of the Ancients. Yeah, so this character of Bayek was such a character I enjoyed playing. I just loved his story. I love him going after this Order of the Ancients, and I love how the Order of the Ancients, it's a Templar order, and it is completely the Templar order. And that's one thing I like that this Assassin's Creed franchise has done throughout the years, is the players may change, but the story stays the same. The Templar Order, they want to control. They believe they have the power to guide humanity in the direction that it should go in. And then the Assassin's Order in this game, we're referring to them as the Hidden Ones. And it's cool because this game really, it was Aya and Bayek that founded the Assassin's Order, and I like how it kind of goes back to the original Assassin's Creed with the finger cutting ritual, where they had to lose their ring finger in order to use the hidden blade. The first, like the schematics for the hidden blade, which would kill Darius the first, I believe. I believe we'll find that out in my next Assassin's Creed game I play. So yeah, I just enjoy playing these two characters, and I love watching Bayek's journey through Vengeance and everything. The gameplay of this game was very fun. It was very similar. It felt refreshing. The mechanics of the game felt very different, and it felt more open world, so it felt very much similar to like an RPG. And I say that all in the good ways. You can't make your own choices, that's fine. I don't need to make my own choices with Assassin's Creed. I want to just find out the story. I want to be told a good story, and that's what I enjoyed about this game. But I love the gameplay mechanics. I like how you're using ancient weapons, so it's no more guns and all that. But you have these bow and arrows. There's like 4 bows and arrows you can choose from. There's different weapons. You can use a spear. You can use an axe. You can just use a sword and shield, so you can play it however you want. And I did enjoy this game for the gameplay of it. I thought it was fun. I like all the missions you can do and everything. And then also hunting, you can go after crocodiles, hippopotamuses. There's so many little side things you can do. You can get lost doing all this side things in this game, and it's completely fine. That's whatever you want to do. The weakness of the game will probably, I would have to say, be the modern day story of it, because we don't get much of it, just like in the other ones. I will say, this is the best modern day stuff we have seen since Assassin's Creed 3. And, usually we're just playing this character called the Initiative, or the person who is working for the assassins to find out some information. But we actually introduce a new character. I believe this is a character we're going to be following for a little bit. We'll see how long her story takes us. And because I know they get a lot of backlash about the modern day story. But the whole idea of Assassin's Creed is the Abstergo, it's the Animus, and they're not stuck in one timeline. It's they can jump from one. If you want to go Vikings this year, we can. If we want to go to Japanese samurai this year, we can. So I did enjoy a lot what we're doing with her character. Like I said, we don't see much of her. There's this action sequence where Abstergo sends her agents to go after her, and they kill her best friend at the end of her game, of her story. We see William Miles. He comes in and says, "Well, how would you like to work for us and fight for something?" And she's like, "Well, I'm with you for now. We'll see how far it goes." And like I said, at the end of the game, I love how you're the one that I like how Aya goes off. I like how the story ends with Aya and Bayek. They realize they just can't be together. They're on two different paths. And when a couple lose a child, it's devastating for parents. There's just no way they're ever going to be able to reconcile their relationship that they once had. And how she goes off to Rome and builds the Hidden Ones, the assassins, which we see in the Assassin's Creed 2 with the Ezio. That's where that Roman assassins truly began, and that would really where it would spread out to what we see in from all the other Assassin's Creed games. So I like how the timeline fits into the Assassin's Creed story. So yeah, I enjoy Assassin's Creed Origins. I thought it was a fun game. It's not my favorite of the franchise. I still think Assassin's Creed 2 is my favorite, but I still really enjoy this game. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this Starfeezy's Game Corner of Assassin's Creed Origins. My next Game Corner will be on The Last of Us 2. I've been looking forward to it. I was hoping it was going to show up today or yesterday, because mail doesn't run on Sundays. And it kept saying, "Oh, we'll be here Sunday. We'll be here Sunday." I'm like, no, it won't. Mel doesn't run on Sundays. But you know what? I'll get to play the game tomorrow. I'll look forward to it. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on Assassin's Creed Origins. And so, guys, make sure you check out my other podcast, the Darth Easy TV Recap. I just had an episode. I talked about the episodes of Stargirl and episodes of My Hero Academia. And guys, also make sure you subscribe to the Darth Easy YouTube channel. I have been having a bunch of reviews out lately, so check out that as well. So guys, remember, nothing is true, everything is permitted. And take care, guys. I'll see y'all next week. Bye!